The Dorset Select Board opened its public hearing on a proposed new town plan on Tuesday, November 19th, at the town offices in East Dorset. The plan had been approved by Dorset's Planning Commission last month, and they turned it over to the Select Board for a final review. With only 3 of their 5 members present, the Select Board began by focusing on some of the portions of the proposed plan which dealt with energy issues. That part of the town plan looks to legislation enacted in 2016 known as Act 174, to direct the town's pathway towards greater reliance on renewable energy sources to meet the town's future energy needs. Kat Breyer is a planner with the Bennington County Regional Commission who worked closely with Dorset's Planning Commission in drafting the new town plan, gave the Select Board an overview of it.
The requirements that came down, if you want to meet Act 174 in a municipal plan, you have to set goals for energy consumption, for future use, and for policies that will help get your town to 90% renewable by 2050. You can strategically decide if renewable energy generation might be a best use for a certain area of land, or if there are environmental or other constraints, why those shouldn't be considered. So that's kind of why, my understanding of why this process has been routed through the land use planning lens is that final component of the energy chapter, which is this mapping of renewable resources and hopefully identifying sites where the town would prefer that renewable energy be sited in the future.
The board reviewed other parts of the energy section, discussing wind and solar energy potentials in Dorset and suggesting some language modifications. They will continue the public hearing at their next meeting, where some of the other sections of the proposed town plan, such as housing, transportation, land use, and education, may come up for further review. We talked with both Tyler Yandow, Dorset's zoning administrator, and Henry Chandler, the chairman of the Select Board, about the purposes and significance of the new town plan.
The town plan is aspirational in nature, and it sets out I'll call it broad brush goals for the town in terms of the type of place that people want to create. And from there, the next step would be to look at the town's bylaws and say, okay, what in our bylaws does or does not support the aspirations of the town plan. So once you change one document, you really need to adjust the other one.
Yeah, I think the new town plan has some significant changes. There's certainly the energy component that's been included. It really increases the size of the town plan like 35-40%. So it's a significant add-on, but it's necessitated by Act 174, which if we do this correctly, and I think the Planning Commission has so far, it gives us a voice at the table for the Public Utility Service when they are reviewing any kind of an energy system to be located in Dorset. Then now we'll have a voice in locating it or permitting it or conditioning it, whatever we would like as a town regarding that particular installation. Additionally, there is, I think, some change in allowing a little more infilling, a little more residential density in the villages of Dorset, and this is, I think, to encourage a little more economic vitality, which I think is a good thing, and I think we, as long as it's done right, I think that's also a good thing for Dorset. But we all have to review this document a little more thoroughly. And so I would encourage, and I think all town residents should be doing the same. It is available on the town of Dorset's website.
The Select Board hopes to have the town plan approved before the annual town meeting in March. Dorset's current town plan expires at the end of this year. Once the Select Board approves it, it will be in place. No further public vote is required. The Select Board has the option of referring it back to the Planning Commission for more work, in which case a new public hearing would be held later on. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.